Okay, girls.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our presentation today. Today we would like to talk about the culture and reason why we choose the country for star industry to expand their business. And our group chose Singapore as a country to expand our market because we depend on the SWOT analysis that the CEO given to us, that the country is in Asian and they speak mainly in English and Mandarin Chinese. And now I will start with the non-verbal communication notice in Singapore because Singapore is a high contextual cultural country. Therefore, they see non-verbal communication message is more important than spoken word. Here is some Singapore overview. There is many ethnic in Singapore, therefore there is also many ways of treating each other in Singapore depend on ethnic. Firstly, Malays is the majority of Malays is Muslim, so there is less interaction, physical interaction between men and women. Therefore, they choose silent greeting, which is put their hands on their heart and bow their head slightly to show their respect to others. Next in Chinese, they usually bow their head as the traditional way of greeting. However, with foreigner, they might shake hands, but it would not be take too tight. And finally, it's Indian. In Indian, they usually shake hands with each other. However, they also use Namaste greeting, which is face their palm together and bow their head slightly. And here comes is other non-verbal communication that star industry should notice. They after shake hands, they might exchange their business card, but it may be taken by both hands to show their respect. And if you study the card, you may show your respect too, but do not write anything on your card. Then they will see you as a rude person. And next, eye contact is also important in communication. However, you might take it briefly because if you take too long, they might see you as an aggressive person. And some action like holding hand with your forefinger, or show your feet like this, or standing like this is also aggressive behavior. And finally, I will talk about verbal communication as an important part in to make a successful relationship. Firstly, in Singapore, you might not say any direct statement such as no. Instead of no, you might say I will see, or I'm not sure, to avoid making them lose their temper. Next, use gentle tongue and remain your face. Even though you are under pressure, it's always help you gain their respect. And finally, the most important, you must go and thinking carefully before you respond them. Then they must see you are thoughtful people and thoughtful person, and you are considering carefully. Otherwise, if you responded immediately, they will see you as a rude person. And now my partner will continue other factors.
I will talk about the standard of living. In GDP standard of living, I will talk about a little bit about economy in Singapore in 1960 and in 2012. As you know, in 1960, Singapore just a small country, has a small market, and however, after a lot of effort of government, Singapore today become a modern city and have a higher GDP. I will next talk about GDP in Singapore from 2004 to 2012. As you see, GDP in Singapore is increased gradually during this period. architecture is an important factor for industry, for style industry, because as you can see on the screen, a lot of building in Singapore use window because they want to saving energy, avoid global warming and climate change, and using a lot of window is also support the natural light to reduce and replace the air condition on the building. And I will to conclude our presentation today is when start industry want to expand their market in Singapore to meet four main points. This is non-verbal communication, verbal communication, standard of living, and last one is architecture. That is the end of our presentation.
Questions? So why does Star need to go to Singapore? Why is it, for which department, who needs to go to Singapore? Which department needs to go to Singapore? Sales department, and who would they contact? What kind of deal would they be making? Okay, so Singapore sales department is going. Well, who are we looking for in Singapore?
Because in Singapore has the higher GDP, and can you see the graph is in the 2012 the GDP.
Yeah. So what are we selling? They're selling windows, and how do they get sold? And are we looking for? What would I be looking for?
Firstly, they have a high living standard, and our product have
Would I be looking to try and reach consumers?
Yes.
Are we a consumer company?
We are suppliers.
Yeah, suppliers. So we would be looking to try and find distributors and things like that. So how would we do business? What kind of situations? What kind of people would we be contacting? What kind of business are we doing?
We are supplier of windows.
We're a supplier of windows, and we're looking to make a relationship with what kind of company?
Distribution.
Distribution. So what kind of business deal would I be making? What kind of people would I be meeting? Wholesaler, retailer, and I would be talking to who? What kind of level of business person? Should I be targeting managers and stuff like that? What do I need to do to convince managers that they should be representing our product and pushing our product in Singapore?
Due to the architecture culture in Singapore, because they
No, you missed my point. The question is about doing business at a cultural level. This is what this assignment is about, right? So, okay, we know we're going to pass our business card to somebody. Who is this other person that's going to be sitting on the other side of the table with me? How can I make them trust and want to work with me more? Yeah, but business is business and relationships are business. So we're trying to actually, this assignment, I'm just trying to get you to think about it, because you get judged on your presentation skill. But I also wanted you to think, what I gave you the situation is I wanted you to think about, hey, I'm going to go on a business trip, or I'm going to teach my boss to go to this other country, and he needs to know this in order to deal with these kind of people. That was kind of what I was trying to get you to role play a little bit. And so that's why I'm asking these questions. Right? Because I'm trying to get you to think, after you get out of school, when you go out onto a business trip, what do I need to know in order to do business in some country? What kind of person would I be interacting with? What is the best way to treat that person with respect? Get it? Yeah. Okay, so that's why I'm asking those questions. Thank you.